Hello everyone, this is Godzilla1 and I'm back with another toy review, and continuing the Guardians of Harmony's figures, we will be looking at Guardians of Harmony Shining Armor. Who, Twilight Sparkle's big brother. You're probably wondering, why am I not looking at Fluttershy now, the rest of the main six? Well, Fluttershy, to my knowledge, or at least to my ability to find, did not have a figure in this wave. She just had, I think her figure only was in the movie line. So, yeah. No Fluttershy in the first wave from the looks of it. At least that I could find. Internet is a weird place, so maybe there was and I just couldn't find it, but there you go. But anyway, let's look at Shining Armor. He is, of course, Twilight's big brother, and, he is actually unique in this line because, well, he's the Stallion. So, he's the, he's, I think, the only Stallion in the line, if I'm not mistaken. But, yeah, looks nice. For the record, this armor does come off, but the chest armor is really hard to get off. But, yeah, he looks nice. His expression is kind of constantly scowling, but given he's a royal guard, it kind of works. Because, he's supposed to have that stern, no-nonsense look to him, kind of like the palace guards in Britain are stereotypically known to have. I will take the helmet off, though, because that's not too hard to get back on. But this chest piece is a kind of a pain to get on. Tail has a teal stripe in it, just like he does in canon, which is nice. He does have a bit more, like, of bulk in his legs than the mares do, which is nice. So he's got a lot of unique molding that they don't, because, again, it's the only stallion of the bunch. His horn does stick nicely through the helmet. Underneath his armor here, you have his cutie mark, the shield with the magenta star, and the three little stars up there, which we never get much explanation for. Like, as Talon's obviously shield magic. But it's interesting that he and Twilight both have that, which is kind of the symbol, one of the symbols on the Tree of Harmony, which is kind of interesting. And he does have this nice blue on his feet, for his hooves, I guess, or fetlocks, or whatever you call it. I've heard people call them fetlocks, I don't know. I don't know horse terminology all that well, but, and he does have his symbol right there on his, petrol, is that what you call this? I don't know horse terminology again, but anyway, I'm going to take off the helmet, which is easy enough to do, and it just slips right back on anyway, and there you can get a nice look at his hair, which is correct to how it is in the show, and he does look nice without the helmet, and unlike Chrysalis, the helmet is actually properly fitted to his head. So, his helmet actually looks nice. It is a little tricky to get back on because you gotta get it around his horn and ears. But it goes on pretty smoothly and looks good while it is on. Like, it does look a little better from some angles and it doesn't sit completely flush with his noggin, but it works. It's nicely painted. And overall, he looks nice in the armor. And again, armor does come off. Just is kind of a pain to get back on because this is soft plastic, so when you take it off, it kind of tries to squish when you push it back in. But I like the accessory armor. It's fitting, and it's the special unique guard armor he has in the show, which I always kind of liked because it made him stand out as the captain of the Royal Guard. As for articulation, same articulation as the mares do. He has full 360 up and down movement there. Head is able to rotate side to side. His neck is actually a little thinner from the looks of it than the mares are. You can get all the way down and can go a little bit further back than he normally is in. His knee joints are the same as the mares, even despite the different leg shape. So he can do that, he can do that, and it rotates. And of course the hind legs are universal. You can't turn them all the way because of the armor, but if he wasn't wearing the armor, it would, and because the armor is this soft plastic, it moves out of the way of most poses. And his tail is on a ball joint, so it can move however you please, which is nice. So yeah, oh wait, no, Soren is also in this line. Whoops. Yeah, Soren is also in this line, but I don't know if he and Shining have the same mold or not. But yeah, it's him and Soren, I think, are the only stallions in the line. Sorry, just remembered that off the top of my head. But anyway, he is very nicely posable. Again, you kind of have to be careful how you pose things to keep him balanced, because he can be a bit... These are, like, again, these are quadrupeds, so they're kind of need to have something holding them up. But, yeah, you can get him into poses, and if you have something to hold him up, all the better. Let's move on to his accessories. I'll save the best for last. Well, one of the best for last. First off, you have his spear, which, unlike Twilight, this makes a lot of sense, because this is the weapon we've seen the guard with a few times. They do have spears. And the nice thing is, it's a unique mold from Twilight's. Like, Twilight has this much bigger head on it, and a different, I would say pommel, but they don't have pommels. Hers kind of does have a pommel, but yeah, they are completely different molds, which is nice. I mean, nice to see that little bit of difference. One interesting thing, though, is that her spearhead is flush when you have it lined with that, where his is on its side. That's kind of interesting. And as with Twilight, you force this on his leg in a way that I'm not really comfortable with, but it would just like go on like right there, which I'm going to be honest, I think is stupid, but works a little better for a spear. And of course you do have his symbol, which is of course his, well, it's got his cutie mark in there, but it has some other stuff on it, so it's not just his cutie mark on his shield. Again, this is a pen, you can put it wherever you like to. And lastly, of the normal accessories, we have his shield, which I wish had the stars painted, but it's nice that it has this much gold paint. This is his best accessory, and one of the best accessories in the line. Reason being, it's soft plastic, for one, so it can, instead of bending and feeling like it's going to break, it just goes right on. No problems. And it looks pretty good while on him, but the advantage of this is, because it's flexible, you can put it down further on his leg. So, and you can make it wrap around his leg however you wish. Which means he can actually get into a proper shield pose, where he has the shield put in front of him, and actually, well, using it as a shield. So you can have him pose such that he is using it as, well, you would use a shield. Which I appreciate. Granted, I don't know why he has it. Well, I can think of some reasons you'd want to have a little four-leg shield in this case. Because, you know, his big barriers are kind of all around him. So having a physical shield on his arm kind of has an advantage to that. And I do like the shield. I mean, I do know, and, you know, it doesn't matter how you put it. The box has it placed like this rather than like that, but it's a nice looking shield and it's a really nice accessory, and it is one of my favorite accessories in the entire line. It really fits the character because, again, shining armor, he uses a shield. Also, it has another advantage, and that's the wrong spear. You can actually, you know, peg this on right here, yeah, like that, move it up his leg some, and he can actually stand with the spear held like that, which I like. I mean, granted, it kind of gets in the way of things, and I don't know why you would have the spear on the same side as your shield, but it at least gives him a way to have it a bit more of a natural look. And if you flip that over like this, come on, shining armor, shield, be cooperative. You can have him sort of holding the spear like he's actually using it. So that is one advantage to how the shield works. I think the shield is a great accessory just on its own. Again, one of the best accessories this line has, which I appreciate. In general, like, Shining Armor is a really solid figure, which I wish they would give him more in the show. I really do. Because he has a lot of potential to be a really interesting character. And he is kind of an interesting character. He has a lot of, especially in the Sparkle 7 episode. Like, he got a lot of good moments in that episode. I just wish they would do more with him, because this is a character that has a lot more potential than I think they are actually going for. Also, unfortunately, there is no Cadence figure, I don't think, which is kind of sad. Yeah, well, don't have his wife here. Which, again, I wish we'd get more of them, but as far as a figure goes, this is a really good figure. Every one of accessories he has is an accurate one to the one he has in the show, except for the shield. I don't even think he uses the shield in the comic, but I approve of the shield. Like, I really do like that he had, this is just an accessory that fits him. So, anyway, I highly approve of this guy, and there is one more thing I have to show. And like the others, he has a unique backdrop in the toy box, which is, I don't remember exactly where this is. I want to say it's like the Sparkle's living room, maybe? It's definitely a living room, but it is a nice backdrop, and I actually managed to get this one out of the package without ripping it up. So, yeah, I approve of this backdrop. I like that they all have that uniqueness to them, and if you can manage to get it out without ripping it up, they make for nice backdrops. Like, I do have these guys displayed with the ones that come with the bigger figures. And anyway, I highly recommend this guy. Again, these, to my knowledge, are still going for cheap on Amazon. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you like one, check it out. And see you guys next time. Bye! I still don't have a catchphrase.